And you definitely should not buy or sell anything.
So yeah, you don't own enough XRP. Russell 2000 sets another all-time high, usually because stocks like are first it's about stocks, then it's about crypto and XRP, right? So a lot of people don't understand that XRP is delayed compared to stocks.
Isn't that something? And just to be clear, it was an intraday high. The market ended up tanking a little bit later in the day. Nothing insane, but the market went down and Russell 2000 did. But still, we saw another new all-time high after this past Thursday, seeing not just an intraday all-time high for the Russell 2000, but it closed at a new all-time high for the first time in almost 4 years. Let me explain to you again why this is a big freaking deal and why we need to keep watching this, because it's at a key level where if it goes, history tells us that your altcoins are going to also burst almost immediately after that.
I mean, that would be awesome, but I don't feel like the 2017, 2021 is even similar remotely to 2025.
That's why I said at the outset of the video, we're going to look back and be like, yeah, I wish I had bought more XRP. That I'm willing to bet that's what's going on.
That's what I have been asking myself as well. I mean, a lot of people ask themselves to buy stocks, but again, I'm really interested in how long this XRP pump will last. Will it last 2 days, 3 days, 10 days?
It happened for so many people listening right now. So here's this post from Dom, and he's talking about that very topic. And so you can see the 2017 bull run on the left, and then the chart on the right is the 2021 bull run. And he says, Russell 2000 has broken into another all-time high today, attempting price discovery. The last 3 times this happened, Total 2 soon followed after. And of course, Total 2 is the name of the chart that tracks the top 125 coins by market cap, excluding Bitcoin. So he says, the last 3 times this happened, when Russell 2000 started getting cindy, altcoins followed. And he says risk.
This is the good part. Like, at least historically, it's because the markets perform, other markets perform so well, crypto started to follow, right?
Risk on in small cap stocks has usually meant risk on in crypto alts. Is this time different? Well, no, folks, this time is not different. And you can see this colored line that's green and purple. That's the Russell 2000. You can see 2 market cycles ago what happened. It broke to the upside, and then Total 2 followed. In 2021, same story. Russell 2000 breaks an all-time high. Total 2 shortly after that just starts bursting. That's why this matters. If there's an increased appetite for risk-on assets in the stock market, you know that's absolutely going to follow in the crypto asset class as well, because it's the same investor that has an increased appetite for risk. They're in tons of these people are investing in both traditional finance and crypto, so it's not hard to understand why. But like that's what's being flirted with today. Higher, my friends. Here's a post from chart analyst Tony Severino.
Bitcoin willing Bollinger Bands are officially the tightest in the place history of Bitcoin USD price action. Again, this is gonna be awesome if XRP goes up more, but I'm not too sure for how long. Is it gonna be for a week? Is it gonna be for a month? Yes, a lot of people are expecting, another price bump, but how long will it last? This is my honest concern. Is it going to go well into 2026? Is it, there's so many ifs, and that's why a lot of XRP whales are not buying. Because, yeah, it could happen. At the same time, they could miss out and hold a lot of XRP at $3, which is historically the highest price it's ever been.
Bitcoin starts massively
hold a lot of XRP.
History doesn't lie. And you can see what he's talking about. Look at these. Look where we are right now. And look at how it was the same thing last cycle and the cycle before that. And you can see that as gold finally reached its peak, that was a marker that Bitcoin was about to go crazy.
I kind of agree with that. I think, yeah, XRP will go up, but the issue is when or why.
Is this time different? Famous last words, my friends. I don't think so. And so many chart analysts that I follow are noting this, like it's about to go. What do you think's going to happen with your altcoins after this? Altcoin Gordon, he's sharing the same thing. Popular analyst, 812,000 followers on X. You got gold on the left, last market cycle, and then you've got Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say last cycle. You've got gold on the left and Bitcoin on the right, and the chart's just going back. For gold, it's going back over a decade. And for Bitcoin, it's going back several years into the last market cycle. And Gordon here wrote, gold rally is a blessing for Bitcoin, not a curse. Every time gold has rallied higher, Bitcoin has gone parabolic. Watch it happen again in Q4 once gold peaks. So folks, do you see why I'm sharing this with you? The market is so perfectly teed up. You're going to wish you had more XRP when this thing really goes. And by the way, the second rally for XRP, because, XRP historically has two major rallies. There's one.
So yeah, the same thing as like for XRP, another rally that's going to follow with Bitcoin. And that's what we saw this year. Slower but bigger. They didn't believe it. They don't believe it now, right? Altcoins are growing, but at a very, very slow rate. That is because it's not like 2021. It's not in like 2021. We swept their lows again on XRP Bitcoin, so we didn't know how to range lows. A third sweep is just another bullish variation. These ranges are high calling. Again, I'm worried for XRP if a lot of whales will decide, okay, $3, it is too expensive for me. I'd rather get it at $2. And then a lot of people start dumping it. I'm worried about this scenario happening because it has happened in 2017.
Didn't hold the range lows. A third sweep is just another bullish variation. Still looks like one of the healthiest higher time frame charts in the space right now. Those range highs are calling. And as you can see, he's talking about XRP's high against Bitcoin in July. That's also, of course, when XRP hit its all-time high in terms of being denominated in USD. So all-time high for the dollar as well. We're not going to stay down here. And I will not be surprised, if you zoom out on a chart, I will not be surprised to see XRP revisiting all-time high territory against Bitcoin, which would be, by the way, for the first time in about 8 years. So yes, XRP hit a new all-time high against the dollar multiple times this year. It hasn't against Bitcoin since like 28, I guess it was the beginning of 2013. Oh, no. Actually, it was the first half of 2017.
That's the thing. I think Crypto Ben predicted that XRP Bitcoin, ratios will go down, and that's because the XRP prices might go down while Bitcoin will go up. So that's the main factor, is like XRP is going to be worth less against Bitcoin. This is a very probable scenario that I kind of agree with.
That was the last time XRP hit a new all-time high against Bitcoin. I'd say we're past due. And you can imagine once that happens what that's going to mean for the USD price of XRP as well. I mean, it's just going to go way higher. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK, XRP BTC on your screen. And he says, XRP BTC 4-hour held all closes above the trend line we've been observing for a while. This is how we look on the 3-day. So that would be this chart right here. He's just noting everything's still looking good. Like, for all the freaking out that's going on by some XRP holders and some people in crypto in general, it just doesn't make any logical sense to be feeling negative about this. Here's a post from chart analyst Malleus. And this is an XRP NVDA chart. So NVDA, of course, that's the ticker symbol for NVIDIA. And it's primed, folks. It's XRP denominated at NVIDIA. He says, oh boy, you want to own some XRP. And you can see going back to 2017, my God, when it ran, you move sideways, and then you got that second leg up. He's just noting it's the same thing here. We've already had our first leg up. We've moved sideways. It's about to go. And then if you look at...
Yeah, so that would be another bull run rally for XRP. Again, this could hit another high, they're calling for another high of this, what we saw in 2018, like a lot of these whales accumulating, right? But again, this could only last for 2 weeks before it goes bearish for 4 years. Like, they're calling for $33. It's going to be hard to hit, from $9.6 to $33. I mean, it could take 4 years for this to happen. See, until 2027. Now, 2027, $15 is not that crazy.
Catch up. Here's a closer look at 2 pivotal cycles in XRP's history. 21 EMA historical support levels, the 2017 cycle here. XRP displayed remarkable strength by touching the 21 EMA as a key support level not just once, but twice. This critical action set the stage for an astonishing rally that propelled prices upward by a staggering 1,610%. And then in 2021, says in stark contrast, we faced major challenges when we initially broke below the 21 EMA, largely triggered by the SEC lawsuit, an unprecedented black swan event that sent shockwaves through the...
So this is way different because the lawsuit was the difference here. So the lawsuit here, the most important factor, the lawsuits we have now, they're gone. And again, the sky is the limit. The issue I have is with these lawsuits gone, it already went from 50 cents to like $2.5 because the lawsuits are gone. What's going to be the next bull run rally? ETFs? You know, can ETFs make us pump to $10? If yes, if you believe yes, then yeah, that's a good price. Yes, a lot of whales are buying, but also some whales are selling. That's why the price is staying around what it is right now.
XRP community. However, after closing above the 21 EMA, we executed a successful retest, which ultimately propelled us to an impressive 414% gain. And yes, that is impressive, especially considering XRP was under attack at the time by the SEC. It says right now, based on historical evidence, or historical XRP price BF rather, with the 321 EMA and the last leg, we saw incredible pumps of 1,610% and 414%. If we can look at the recent retest of the 21 EMA on June 9, 2025 as a starting point for a potential measured move, and we project these historical increases, 1,610% and 414%, we could see targets of $9.60 and $33. Take it or leave it. The choice is yours to make. As for me, I'm still holding strong. And as am I. So that was from E-Grade Crypto. Yes, I'm absolutely holding. I've never sold a single XRP in my life, but I intend to, but only for a high price. It needs to be worth way more than it is right now, or no, my XRP is just not for sale. You can't have it. You cannot have it. You can have it when we.
Yeah. I mean, I would love $5, but again, this retest, it's like pushing $4 to $5, $6. Who knows at this point? Would be very nice though to see that. It's just $33. We're way far off from that. We're way far off from those prices. But there is some good news, and VanEck